Hi friends, my name is Narsimha. I'm studying my BTech in IRE College. Today, as a part of my AIT Tech Talk videos, in the subject of data management and representation, I want to share a few topics related to my topic name, linking datasets using semantic textual similarity. So let's get into my topic. First of all, what is a dataset? A dataset is a collection of data. In the case of tabular data, a dataset corresponds to one or more database tables, where every column of a data represents a particular variable and each row corresponds to a given record of the dataset in question. So, well, coming to the normal, what is dataset? Dataset is a collection of data and is in a tabular form. For example, in tabular form, you can see the columns and rows, in which columns will specify the variables or entities and rows will specify the values of the entities or columns or variables. Next, the dataset lists values for each of the variables such as height and weight of an object for each member of the dataset. Datasets can also consist of collection of documents or files. Not only a single data or collection of documents or files are also known as a datasets. In our day-to-day life, common examples of the datasets are as follows: class schedule, home working schedule, student grades on an exam, transactions on a website. A simple logic is the representation of an data means a complex data in a simplified manner is known as a dataset. Next, let's get into the actual topic: semantic textual similarity. What is actually semantic textual similarity? Semantic textual similarity is a task in the area of natural language processing, which is shortly abbreviated as NLP, that scores the relationship between text or documents using a defined metric. Semantic similarity has various applications such as information retrieval, text summarization, sentiment analysis, etc. Introduction. With the increasing amount of big data sets available from a wide variety of sources, the problem of integrating heterogeneous datasets is increasingly important for a wide variety of commercial and public sector applications. As we all know, there are not small datasets, there are wide amount of big datasets by which the further reference or further operations performed in the datasets will be somewhat problematic for the users. So, by datasets, we refer to a broad class of datasets describing named entities in the real world, including lexicons, thesauri, ontologies, and terminologies. So to reduce that problem, some often topics are introduced, and so that one of these linking datasets. Here is a pictorial representation of an advantages of semantic textual similarity. Here we can see a small idea, that is, how are you, how old are you, what is your age? There are 3 questions in this picture. So while we're seeing the 3 questions, first 2 questions are semantically different. Means when a person asks us, how are you? We'll say, I am fine, or I'm great, I'm well good, I'm doing good, etc. How old are you? Means we have to specify our age. I'm 20 years old or 19 years old or etc. depend on us. Well, to compare the second and third questions, that is, what is your age and how old are you? Though the questions are different, the way of asking is different, the given answer by the person is same, that is specifying his age. So we can say that the first 2 questions are semantically different and the second and third question are semantically similar. So by understanding the similarities between 2 datasets, we can link the 2 datasets by which the space complexity problem will be decreased, and the understanding capacity of a user by seeing the linking of the 2 datasets can be easier to him. So the main motto of the linking datasets is to make the user to understand about the data and what the programmer want to say. Next, in order to establish similarity between entities, an essential step in nearly all methodologies is to compare the textual labels and descriptions between these entities. As such, a major part of NAISC is the development of string similarity metrics. What is the NAISC? North American Industry Classification System, the full form. Next, the semantic similarity. The semantic similarity is an metric defined over a set of documents or terms, where the idea of distance between items is based on the likeness of their meaning or semantic content as opposed to lexicographical similarity. So, which has specified in the before slide is the pictorial representation. By understanding the semantic similarities, we can combine or link two data sets, which will be easier for us to understand or visualize the data. So now, how to find the semantic similarity between two sentences? So the idea is to find the similarities. Then how to find that? The easiest way of estimating the semantic similarities between a pair of sentences in by taking the average of the word embeddings of all words in the two sentences and the calculating the cosine between the resulting embeddings. This is the formula. An initiative way of visualizing the semantic similarity of terms is by grouping together terms which are closely related and spacing wider apart the ones which are distantly related. Next, the applications. So in this slide, we have seen we have to find the similarities, and in this slide, we have seen how to find the similarities by the formula. We have to find the average and the cosine between the resulting embeddings. Next, applications. In which aspect or in which field this semantic textual similarity is used for the linking the data sets. The applications are in biomedical informatics. Semantic similarity measures have been applied and developed in biomedical ontologies. They are mainly used to compare genes and proteins based on the similarity of their functions rather than one on their sequence similarity. But they are also being extended to other bioentities such as diseases. So, in biomedical informatics, to combine two of the data sets, that is genes and proteins, or not only for the normal bioentities such as diseases, these semantic similarities are very technologies very used to combine the data sets. Next, in geoinformatics, similarity is also applied in geoinformatics as in bioinformatics to find similar geographic features or feature types. SIMDL similarity server can be used to compute similarities between concepts stored in geographic feature type ontologies. Similarly, similarity calculator can be used to compute how well related two geographic concepts are in the GeoNet PT ontology. In the main application in natural language processing, which is shortly abbreviated as NLP. NLP is a field of natural language processing. NLP is a field of computer science and linguistics, sentiment analysis, natural language understanding, and machine translation, which is automatically translate text from one human language to other, are a few of the major areas where it is being used. For example, knowing one information resource in the internet is often of immediate interest to find similar resources. So, for example, we want to know about a topic or information. While we search in the Chrome, when we type the topic, we will get many websites which contains the content of the topic. So, we want a short information about the topic. So, if you get one website is enough. But we are often immediate interest. We are showing the interest to find the similar resources. The similar websites means the similar resources are identified by the semantic system, textual similarities, and they are given in the same page to identify. This is a flowchart which contains bag of words, tagging, lemmatization, wordnet, process to pair of sentences, semantic similarity measure, which is participated as shortest path measure, WU and Palmer measure, feature measure, and which are finally leads to score. So this is shortly a flowchart of semantic similarity measure. Next, the conclusion. We have considered the task of linking datasets and have considered the use of state-of-the-art methods from the NLP task of semantic textual similarity and how to combine them with structural similarity of the ontology alignment. Our results show that combining these features is of great value. However, the task of training these models is still very tricky and they are prone to overfitting. So, in this slide, in this session, I want to say that the terminology of the semantic textual similarity is very easy to understand, but the main problem is identifying the relation or identifying the similarities between the two entities, it is somewhat tricky. If we observe and identify the similarities between the two sentences or two entities or two topics, the application or the applying of this terminology is very much easy. So this semantic textual similarity is very much used in our day-to-day life in the World Wide Web, or in the Google Chrome, or in the searching techniques, or in the sorting techniques, or in the algorithms, or in getting the entities, or in getting the, suppose, for example, a small example is the index page of a textbook. Same topics are given in the same line or the same page. By identifying the similarities between the topics, means the semantic textual similarity is also used in that case. Means in our day-to-day life, there are many data sets, a wide variety of data sets. So to combine that all data sets or to link, there are many terminologies. But in that all terminologies, semantic textual similarity is also a better terminology to use and for understanding purpose of a user. So this is about my session. Thank you, friends. I hope my lecture is useful for you, and thanks for listening. And I hope by listening to this lecture, you can get an idea of linking datasets using the semantic textual similarity. Thank you.